Hi, I'm Candy Thurs, and I'm here today with my colleagues Sue Hickey and Kathy Brost from Legacy Private Trust. And we're excited to share with you the launch of Legacy's new series, Women in Wealth. It's a series that were developed around the topics that our female clients say are top of mind for them and most important to them and their families. We found that there's not been a lot of open discussion around women and their finances. According to a recent study, 61% of women had rather talk about their own death than finances. And the same study cites that 41% of women say that their biggest financial regret is not investing more. We would like to see that change. Women have come a long way personally, professionally, and financially. But when it comes to finances, there's still considerable work to be done to level the playing field and to have us all feel a little more confident. Women live an average of 5 to 6 years longer than men. Women earn less than men. For every $1 a man makes, a woman in a similar position earns 82 cents. Women are also more likely than men to take time off during their working careers to raise children and to assist with elderly family members. An average woman spends 44% of her adult life outside of the workforce compared to 28% for a man. So their lifetime earnings tend to be lower than their male counterparts. Women are more educated and accomplished than ever, but 56% of married women still leave investment and long-term financial planning decisions to their husbands. And of that 85% of women that leave those decisions up to their husbands and their spouses, they do so because they believe that their spouses know more about finances and financial matters than they do. Lack of confidence is a big factor here, and we hope to be able to provide tools and educational resources to help change that.
In addition, women tend to be more risk adverse with their finances than men, and their overall resources at retirement tend to be a little less than men. But since they live longer, they need to make their money and assets last longer. Add to that figuring out whether you're saving enough for retirement is like a big black hole. It's a really big unknown. How do you really know? You scrimp and save and sock away funds for your retirement for years, and you hope you've saved enough. But are you really confident that you have? How does anyone get comfortable when there's just so many unknowns? So this discussion was the genesis of Legacy's Women in Wealth series, because we would like to have that discussion with you and hopefully help you answer some of these questions for yourself.
So why Legacy and why now? Legacy is uniquely qualified to have this discussion. We've been having this discussion among ourselves and with our clients for years. When Legacy started 17 years ago, it's our anniversary month, by the way, over half of our initial team were women. 3 of those women advisors are still with Legacy. We've had great success since then and have grown. In addition to our corporate headquarters in Neenah, Wisconsin, we now have locations serving the Wausau and Greater Madison and Milwaukee markets. Currently, over 80% of our advisors are women. All are smart, talented, experienced, and knowledgeable women. Collectively, over half of our advisors hold law degrees. Our female advisors are also certified financial planners, licensed real estate brokers, and hold a number of other impressive professional and management designations. Most importantly, like many of you, our team members are young mothers sending kids to college, grandmothers helping with their grandchildren, daughters taking care of their parents, recently divorced, or empty nesters. In other words, we're just like you. We are active in the community, we volunteer, we serve as directors on community and statewide boards, often in leadership roles. Kathy even serves as the president of the State Bar of Wisconsin.
So why is this important? Because we know that not all people just own mutual funds, 401ks, and IRAs. You also own small businesses, life insurance, and real estate. So to help navigate the complex world in which we live in today, we offer complimentary financial planning services to help our clients, especially our female clients, answer critical questions like these for themselves. So what are the chances that I'll outlive my assets? What are the chances I will run out of money? Will I have the resources available when I need them to live the lifestyle that I imagine for myself in the future? We all know there's no guarantees in life, But that said, it's important to ask these questions when you have the time to make an impact on their answers. We also help you minimize taxes and maximize your assets, because we all know that not all assets are created equal under the tax code. So our mission? To give you the hope for the best while planning for the future.
Why now? There's never been a better time to have this discussion. March is Women's History Month. It's also getting a little warmer outside here in Wisconsin, and we're starting to emerge from this pandemic. So like all of you, we are feeling more hope and optimism than frankly we have in quite some time. But as we come out of this pandemic, studies and statistics are coming out that show that the COVID-19 pandemic was particularly harsh on women. We want to help break the taboo around money talk. We want to be able to acknowledge financial challenges that impact women and help clients plan early and review their plans often for a successful financial future.
If you feel like you've gone through the ringer, that things have gotten a little or maybe even a lot more difficult, we are here to tell you it's not your imagination, and you are certainly not alone. There is no shortage of statistics that show how the pandemic has made life more difficult for women, their lives, and their families' lives. The pandemic has exposed and brought us face to face with the reality that our financial and home lives are deeply intertwined. Therefore, when the pandemic hit, it interrupted all facets of our lives, including our finances.
Candy, Sue, and I are going to start our Women in Wealth discussion series by talking about the pandemic's effect on women, their families, and their finances. As we emerge from a world pandemic that no one saw coming, we will also look towards the future and discuss tips and techniques for coping with the pandemic's effect on all parts of our lives. Surviving this pandemic is not enough. As women, we must focus on thriving and creating the future that we deserve. So watch for 3 short videos weekly in the month of March, discussing the financial impact of the pandemic on women, from surviving to thriving, and focus specifically on family, financial planning, and the future.
We invite you to join our legacy team in this ongoing discussion. In future episodes, we'll be exploring topics such as estate planning, financial planning, how to talk with your children about your finances, and investment topics. We want to also hear from you. What are your questions? What would you like to discuss about your finances? Please follow us on LinkedIn or visit Legacy's website for more information on our first episode, which will focus on the effects of the pandemic on women and their families. Please join in on this critical and timely discussion so we can all move forward together.